morning, friends. So good to see you. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Wanted to just share some music with you, so we'll dive right on in. I've got some big news. The bank finally came through, and I'm holding the keys to a brand new Chevrolet. Have you been outside? Sure is a nice night. How about a little test drive down by the lake? There's a place I know about where the dirt road runs out. We can try out the four-wheel drive. Come on now, what do you say? Girl, I can hardly wait. Let's get a little mud on the tires, 'cause it's a good night. Be out there soaking up the moonlight. Stake out a little piece of shoreline. I've got the perfect place in mind. It's in the middle of nowhere. Only one way to get there. Gotta get a little mud on the tires. Moonlight on a duck blind, catfish on a trot line. Sunset's about 9 this time of year. We can throw a blanket down, crickets singing in the background. More stars than we can count on a night this clear. Tell you what we need to do is grab a sleeping bag or two and build us a little campfire. And then with a little luck, we might just get stuck. Let's get a little mud on the tires, 'cause it's a good night. Be out there soaking up the moonlight. Stick out a little piece of shoreline. I've got the perfect place in mind. It's in the middle of nowhere. Only one way to get there. Gotta get a little mud on the tires. Then with a little luck, we might just get stuck. Let's get a little mud on the tires. Then with a little luck, we might just get stuck. Let's get a little mud on the tires. Awesome sauce. Thanks so much for showing up, guys. Dee, good to see you, friend. Good morning. Deborah, good morning as well. Thanks so much for being here. It's good to see you. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me. Playing actually one of my favorite guitars. This is called an Acoustasonic Telecaster. And is one of my favorite guitars because I feel like it was made perfectly just for me. which is funny because I actually have a song that was, or a guitar that was literally made just for me. I might pull that out here in a little bit, but yeah, let me know where you're calling in from, or not calling in from, where you're watching in from. We're gonna have a good time. I ain't rich, but Lord, I wanna be. Working like a dog all day, ain't working for me. I wish I had a rich uncle that'd kick the bucket, or sitting on a pile like Warren Buffett. I know everybody says money can buy happiness, but it can buy me a boat. It can buy me a truck to pull it. It can buy me a Yeti 110 ice down with some silver bullets. Yeah, I know what they say, money can't buy everything. Well, maybe so. It can buy me a boat. It can buy me a boat. They call me redneck, white trash, and blue collar. Well, I could change all that if I had a couple $1 million. I keep hearing that money is the root of all evil, and you can't hear this coming through the eye of a needle. I'm sure that's probably true, but it still sounds pretty cool. It can buy me a boat. It could buy me a truck to pull it. It could buy me a Yeti 110 ice down with some silver bullets. Yeah, I know what they say, money can't buy everything. Well, maybe so. It can buy me a boat to float down the water with the beer. I hear the Powerball lotto is sitting on 100 mil. Well, that'll buy me a brand new rod and reel. It could buy me a boat. It could buy me a boat. It could buy me a boat. It could buy me a truck to pull it. It could buy me a Yeti 110 ice down with some silver bullets. Yeah, I know what they say, money can't buy everything. Well, maybe so, but it can buy me a boat. Yeah, I know what they say, money can't buy everything. Well, maybe so, but it could buy me a boat. It could buy me a boat. He could buy me a boat. He could buy me a truck to pull it. He could buy me a Yeti 110 nice down with some silver bullets. Yeah, I know what they say, money can't buy everything. Well, maybe so, but it can buy me a boat. It could buy me a boat. It could buy me a boat. It could buy me a boat. Oh, it could buy me a boat. It could buy me a boat. Awesome sauce. That's fun. Ooh, Marilyn, nice, really nice guitar. Thank you so much. It sounds great. I also love your hat. Thank you, friend. I like this hat too. Actually, funny story about the hat. So, we were on a family trip. This would have been like 5 years ago. And my one sister is like super big into Minnetonka, like the brand, which is where the hat's from. And we went to the store that had a bunch of Minnetonka stuff, and I was like, man, that hat looks super sweet. And it had buffalo nickels on it, and it was a darker brown. And my wife was like, no, like you'd never wear it. I was like, no, if I buy it, I'm wearing it. And so I bought it, and I wore it all the time. And I was like, I'm going to start. So I bought it specifically to wear for like gigs and that sort of thing. But then the funny thing is, I wear black jeans, and black jeans and like dark brown don't necessarily, it looked weird mixed match. So I ended up wearing this hat because I was wearing moccasins as well. So like the hat and the moccasins matched, and then like I had the cool light brown strap. Anyway, the reason why I'm wearing this jacket is because it is cold in here. It is, it's a whopping 10 degrees. It warmed up. It was 3 degrees this morning outside, and when I came in here to do my morning routine, I was like, oh, it is so cold. So I put this jacket on, which is my grandfather's bomber jacket. Good morning, Deborah. Thanks so much for being here, friend. Appreciate seeing your smiling face. Angel Face Amy, good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Tell you what, this is a blast. I say this almost every time. This is just way too much fun for me. Good thing, like, I enjoy doing this, right? Few days before he turned 80, he was sitting out back in a rocker. Said, what you been up to lately? I told him chasing $1, and in between his sips of coffee, he poured this wisdom out. Said, if you want my 2 cents, I'm making $1 count. Buy dirt, find the one you can't live without. Get a ring, let your knee hit the ground. Do what you love, but call it work. Throw a little money in the plate at church. Send some prayers up and your roots down deep. Add a few limbs to your family tree. And watch the pencil marks and the grass in the yard all grow up. 'Cause the truth about it is, it all goes by real quick. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy dirt. Before you get caught on that ladder, let me tell you what it's all about. Find you a few things that matter that you can put a fence around. And then he laid it out. Buy dirt, find the one you can't live without. Get a ring, let your knee hit the ground. Do what you love, but call it work. And throw a little money in the plate at church. Send some prayers up and your roots down deep. Add a few limbs to your family tree. And watch your pencil marks and the grass in the yard all grow up. 'Cause the truth about it is, goes by oh so quick. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy dirt. You can buy dirt. You can buy dirt. And thank the good Lord for it, 'cause he ain't making any more of it. So buy dirt, find the one you can't live without. Get a ring, let your knee hit the ground. Do what you love, call it work. And throw a little money in the plate at church. Send some prayers up and your roots down deep. Add a few limbs to your family tree. And watch the pencil marks in the grass in the yard all grow up. 'Cause the truth about it is, it all goes by real quick. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy dirt. You can buy dirt. You can buy dirt. Yes, you can. And dirt is, well, it's not getting any cheaper, that's for sure. Actually, funny story. So when my wife and I, we live out on about 5 acres. I used to live over in Fort Wayne. Now we live in this small little town, or outside a small little town called South Whitley, Indiana. And this is like the only place we could find that actually had enough property to be able to raise like rabbits, which we'd been doing, and then get chickens. And we're looking at getting a few pigs for this summer. We were trying to be more self-sustainable, have a larger garden, that sort of thing. And it was just kind of funny because this was like the only property that we could find for a long time. And it's crazy. Like, if you want a lot of land and be close to amenities and that sort of thing, then it's a lot of money. But if you don't care about being 45 minutes from pretty much anything, yeah, it ain't that bad. All right, so this song my kids absolutely love, which I don't know if you saw my post yesterday about my little baby girl turning 7. Crazy. I had a good cry yesterday morning. Not because she turned 7. Hey, good morning, Heather. Good to see you, friend. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you. You are awesome. Anyway, I had a good cry yesterday morning because as I was writing the email about her birthday, and I read the first journal entry or blog entry of when she was born, and she was born with this condition called transposition of the great vessels, which means her 2 arteries were switched at birth. So all that oxygenated blood that was going through her lungs was going to her heart and then back to her lungs and not getting to the rest of her body. And at 16 days old, she had open heart surgery, and 8 days after that, we were home, which is absolutely insane. There were a lot of God moments through that entire thing, and I wrote an entire blog all the way through that. Every single day, it ended up being 54 days from her birth that I wrote something every single day to let people know what was going on, keep people updated, and then also just kind of our faith journey through it. And I've been told I should write it into a book. Or put it into a book, and I haven't yet. I sent it out to everybody who was on my email list yesterday just so they could read it and let me know if that was even a worthy cause of doing. But this is one of her favorite songs, and they had asked me to play it all the time. So it's been a while since I've tried it, but happy birthday. Oh, thank you, Angel. I will let her know for sure. Ivy turned 7, and she's my little heart baby. Thank God for the daylight. Spent a long time in the dark. Felt good saying goodbye. Waking up to a brand new heart. You're sleeping like I used to be, in a grave that holds you tight. There's a Savior calling, promising a brand new life. He's saying, wake up, sleeper, open your eyes. anymore. Death don't live here anymore. Bet you like that freedom. Bet you like a new name. Oh, welcome to the kingdom, yeah. Yeah, we all feel that way. So if you made somebody sleeping like the way you used to be, talking about the Savior, little thing called free, he's saying, wake up, sleeper, open your eyes, sinner arise, leave your past at the door. Wake up, sleeper, come to the light, and Christ is alive, that don't live here anymore. Rise up and come out of that grave, rise up in that amazing grace. Oh, sleeper, won't you come awake, come awake. Rise up and come out of that grace, rise up in that amazing grace. Oh, sleeper, won't you come awake, come awake. Wake up, sleeper, open your eyes, sinner arise, leave your past at the door. Wake up, sleeper, come to the light, Christ is alive, that don't live here anymore. Rise up and come out of that grave, rise up in that amazing grace. So sleeper, won't you come awake, come awake. Rise up and come out of that grave, rise up in that amazing grace. So sleeper, won't you come awake, come awake. Yeah, they love that one. Your daughter's right. That is a good song. Yep. Yeah, she loves it. And it was funny. For a long time, they would always ask us to play it on the radio. And then I did a cover of it and put it on YouTube. And then I played that one for them. And then there were a couple of times in the car where they're like, hey, can you play Wake Up Sleeper? Like, yeah. So I started playing, I think it's Austin French does the original one. So I started playing his version. I'm like, no. We want to hear your version, Daddy. It's better. Like, you guys are awesome. I love my kids. You guys ready for a Christmas song in February? So I wrote this one, years ago and never finished it because I just didn't like how it was going, which is how a lot of songs just don't get finished. And I finally sat down. I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish this. And I'm so glad I took the time to do it because it finally turned into the song that I think it needed to be. Standing in the corner, decorated with light, adorned with memories, hung side by side, flooded with presents, purchased with love, thoughtfully picked and concealed till Christmas comes. No boxes with bows or bags tied with ribbons could ever contain the best gift I've been given. The greatest gift is what God allowed me to leave there with his arms held open, invited me to give it all under the tree. The soon to be here as we anticipate the joy that has come, as we celebrate with smiles and laughter, as papers torn apart, closer to revealing what now has become ours. No darkness with bows or bags tied with ribbons could ever contain the best gift I've been given. The greatest gift was what God allowed me to leave there with his arms held open, invited me to give it all under the tree. Darkness and shadow surrounded the cross, and God tore the veil as death finally lost. Yes, death finally finally lost. The greatest gift was what God allowed me to leave. There with his arms held open, invited me to give it, invited me to give it. The greatest gift was what God allowed me to leave. There with his arms held open, invited me to give it, all under the tree. Oh, the greatest gift, the greatest gift under the tree. Thank you, Heather Halverson. I appreciate you saying that. Thanks so much. Of course, we can always dive back into fun old country genre. This is a song that I grew up listening to all the time. It started way back in 3rd grade. I used to sit beside Emmylou Hayes, a pink dress, matching bow, and a ponytail. She kissed me on the school bus, but told me not to tell. Next day I chased around the playground, across the monkey bars to the merry-go-round. And Emmylou got called, passing me a note. Before the teacher took it, I read what she wrote. Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well, don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Check yes and no. Now we're all grown up and she's my wife. Still like 2 kids with stars in our eyes. Ain't much changed, I still chase Emmylou up and down the hall, around the bed in our room. Last night I took her out in a white limousine. 20 years together, she still gets to me. I can't believe it's been that long ago when we got started with just a little note. Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well then don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Check yes and no. Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well then don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Check yes and no. Check yes and no. Check yes and no. Check yes and no. Get old George Strait. Love it. Thank you, Heather. Aw, Deborah, thank you so much. And Angel Face Amy, thank you. I live in the city, but my heart is still in the country. Right there with you, sister. I grew up in the country. Well, I grew up in a really, really small town where basically the country was probably about 2 minutes in either direction. And so I love living out in the country. It is fantastic. Same there. All right. Grew up on a horse farm. My wife is jealous now. She would love to grow up on a horse farm. She actually, her dad promised her that she could have a horse at some point in time, and then somehow it turned into that her husband was going to get it for her. Which means that somewhere along the lines, I got roped into a promise that her dad made to her that all of a sudden I'm supposed to fulfill. We still don't have horses, but I would love to have a horse someday because I think, well, I'd rather have 2 horses because one horse means that only one person can ride at a time and everybody shares in the responsibility of it. But if you have 2 horses, now everybody shares in the responsibility, but at least you can go with a friend. So, so that's what I grew up in Detroit, but always preferred to be in the country on the farm. Yep. I tell you what, there's something about green grass and cornfields and beans and being able to look up and see trees and not skyscrapers. Actually, one of the kids in Chicago, winter trip, remember distinctly crying. And this was not, like, I was in junior high school. Like, I did not like the city. And then we went to some museum, and in the basement of the museum, they had some sort of like agricultural like exhibit, and they had a John Deere combine that had the head on the front of it, and then they just had TV screens on a projector projecting corn coming through to like you were actually. And I just went and sat in there for a long time. It's calming and relaxing. Oh yeah. So I helped with a wedding this past weekend, DJ'd it, and this was one of the beautiful slow songs, of course, that everybody loves slow dancing to. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, and darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. So take my hand and take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, and darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. So take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you. For I can't help falling in love with Such a good song. It's funny how like there's certain songs that just kind of stick after a while. That's definitely one that like, again, everybody loves the slow dance to that song. It's just it's like a grown up lullaby. It's calming and sweet and just makes you want to like, oh. I did it sing along with this Lost by Love 2 years ago, and this is one of our favorites. Aw, I'm so sorry, Deborah, but I'm so thankful that that was a blessing to you. Yeah, loss is hard for sure, but I am so grateful that you're still able to enjoy the things that you guys enjoyed together. That's awesome. The bar was empty. I was sweeping up the floor. That's when she walked in. I said, I'm sorry, but we're closed. She said, I know, but I'm afraid I left my purse. Said I put one back behind the bar. I bet it's probably yours. And the next thing that you knew, there we were, lost in conversation. And before I handed her her purse, I said, you'll only get this back on one condition. And we danced out there on that empty hardwood floor. The chairs are up and the lights turn way down low. The music played and we held each other close. And we danced. And from that moment, there was never any doubt. I had found the one that I'd always dreamed about. And then one evening, she stopped by after work. I pulled a diamond ring out of the pocket of my shirt, and as her eyes filled up with tears, she said, this is the last thing I expected. And she took me by the hand and said, I'll only marry you on one condition. And we danced out there on that empty hardwood floor. The chairs up and the lights turned way down low. The music played and we held each other close. And we danced like no one else had ever danced before. I can't explain what happened on that floor, but the music played and we held each other close. And we danced. And we danced. We danced, and we danced. So speaking of significant others, spouses, and winky friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, that sort of thing, the first time I said I love you to my wife, I don't know if it was as memorable of an experience that you had, but I said I love you, and she said, that's nice. And the first time that she said I love you to me was actually the night that I asked her to marry me. And it was like 6 months at least between those two, if not more. So I wrote a song about it. We were staring up, looking at the stars, a making wishes as they all fell apart. The stars, not our dreams. Young and restless, wild and free, oh, hoping that we would someday be. And looking into your eyes, I said for the first time, when you say you love me, I know it's true. Come storm or rage and sea, it won't change the truth. 'Cause when you say you love me, you do. Only when I asked the question, did you let me know that my pursuit to be with you didn't leave me in the cold. And looking into my eyes, you said for the first time, when you say you love me, I know it's true. Come storm or rage and see, it won't change the truth. 'Cause when you say you love me, you do. Your little words changed my world, turned it upside down. I never knew the meaning till it was tested out. 'Cause when you say you love me, and I know it's true, and come storm or rage and sea, and it won't change the truth. 'Cause when you say you love me, when you say you love me, and I know it's true, come storm or rage and see, it won't change the truth. 'Cause when you say you love me, when you say you love me, when you say you love me, you do. You do. So good. I hope you guys don't have as crazy. Well, I don't know. Do you guys have any crazy stories about the first time I said I love you to your spouse? They could have not been your spouse at the time, too. My wife was not my spouse until we got married. But thankfully, she said I love you before we got married. Otherwise, that would have been talk about a trust fall exercise, man. Which I guess, they did it all the time during arranged marriages. I assume. I wasn't there. My hubs and me said it too early into my saying it. Oh. The next time he said it, and truly meant it, was after our twins were born and we found out we had an uphill battle because one of them, the boy's health. Oh, wow. How is your boy doing? Is he doing better now? Now we say it often. Yeah. We say I love you almost at least every day, multiple times a day, if not more than that. That is definitely a phrase that probably can't be stated enough. which I'm actually, this is probably a song most of you may not have heard yet, but this is one that I'm super proud of. My wife and I actually sang this as a duet on the In the Gray record, and which is funny because I told her, like, hey, you should sing with me, and she's like, I didn't sing on that record. Like, yes, you did. You sang a duet with me. And she's like, oh, yeah, I guess I did. And I had to play it for her in order for her to remember it. But Jamie, Lickle, thanks so much for being here. Hello, friend. But I just love it because it talks a lot about marriage. And I love marriage. Marriage is awesome. No, he passed away 4.5. Oh, I'm so sorry, friend. That's awesome. That is a fantastic way to run towards other people's disaster and pain. Good for you for taking your hurt and pain and turning it around to be able to love on other people. That's awesome. That's actually the reason why Your Kids Are Home is a song that I wanted to write. Not only to help my brother-in-law and sister kind of heal from that, from losing their 2 kids to miscarriage, but literally just to be a helping hand to reach out towards other people as well. That's awesome, friend. Fantastic. So this song is called Glass House. I have cheated, I have lied. I'm not the kind of man that you wanted to find. But there is grace in my love, and I'll forgive far more than what's been done. Trading this scarlet letter for words penned in red. Gonna build us a little glass house where we can live together and work our problems out. No place to run but to each other, and no place to hide but in the arms of one another. Gonna build a place where love can last, and out of glass. I'm not perfect, I am flawed. I'm not the kind of one that I think you want. But there's no bar you have to clear. I want you and only you, no one else compares. Trading this scarlet letter for words penned in red. Gonna build us a little glass house where we can live together and work our problems out. No place to run but to each other, and no place to hide but in the arms of one another. Gonna build a place where love can last, out of glass. Don't give up on me and God's plan for us to be. Gonna build us a little glass house where we can live together and work our problems out. No place to run but to each other, no place to hide but in the arms of one another. Gonna build a place where love can last. Gonna build a place where love can last. Gonna build a place where love will last. Out of glass. And out of glass. And out of glass. Out of glass. Oh, Jamie, thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. Angel Face Amy, his passing was a blessing in many ways. It gave me the ability to be there for others who need one. Amen. Yep. It's amazing how God allows things to happen in our own lives so that we turn outward and look towards other people and their pain and their disaster and run towards them instead of always just running in a way. It's a fantastic way to look at situations like that. An awesome job. Congratulations for really taking the opportunity and using it to love other people. That's awesome, friend. That's fantastic. Keep on running. Which brings me to this song, which you guys probably all know, hopefully by now. This world is filled with sorrow. This world is full of pain. Looking around, I'm certain that something's gotta change. What am I to do? What am I to say? I'm no savior, I'm no surgeon, but I can't let it stay this way. So I'll run to disaster. I'll sprint towards the pain. Give all that I am for the chance that I could change. There are no guarantees. There are plenty of rest. Better to live your life given than wishing that you dead. So I'll run to disaster. I'll sprint towards the pain. Give all that I am for the chance that I could change. Did I do all that I could? Did I give all that I had? Did I leave it all on the line? Or did I miss my chance? Don't let me miss my chance. So will you run to disaster? Will you sprint towards the pain? Give all that you are for the chance that you will change. So I'll run to disaster. I'll spring towards the pain. Give all that I am for the chance Fantastic. Yes, everything happens for a reason, even if we can't see the reason at first. Amen. Yep, 100%. Twin Crier, thank you so much. Hey, it's good to see you, friend. Thanks for being here. Real quick, if you are looking for a way to be able to run towards somebody's disaster or pain, I have a real quick video that I want to show you guys and then have an offer to present it to you as well. So real quick, this is fantastic video that I really want you guys to see, and we'll talk about it after.
Caring for the world's most vulnerable and powerless is complicated. At Holt International, our mission is clear: to care for children who are suffering, in poverty, and at risk from a myriad of dangers. It's a task that's nuanced, layered in uncertainty, and constantly changing. Every day we see children who are at the brink of ruin, neglected, cast aside by an indifferent world, rocked by forces beyond their control. Vulnerable children bearing a profound need. This is why we exist. Holt International's mission puts the world's most vulnerable children first, providing care and support for those who are orphaned, abandoned, or at serious risk of separation from their family. That means supporting struggling parents before children are abandoned. It means finding adoptive parents within a local community where that child can thrive. It means finding a caring family for that child on the other side of the world, too. Because we believe every child deserves a loving and secure home, finding a forever family for every child is at the core of who we are. We are the only organization whose one-on-one, child-centered model of service strives to keep children within their family first, cares for those who are abandoned or orphaned wherever they are, and then finds homes, loving families, in-country and internationally too. In a world of overcrowded orphanages, unhealthy institutions, and dark corners, Holt's care is different. As a child sponsor, it means that our sponsored child is being watched over by one of our trusted caregivers, known by name, seen, heard, and loved. We walk with every child every step of the way, through abandonment, before adoption, through placement, and after a family is found. But we cannot do this alone, and the need is so great. Yes, the echoes of COVID resound, but no problem is too big. No need is too great to do what is right. But without your support, none of this is possible.
So I am an artist that when I create music, the reason why I write it and perform it and present it to people and do shows and that sort of thing is specifically to comfort the afflicted and confront the comfortable. The main reason for doing that is because I believe that music has the ability to be able to speak directly into people's lives. And not only do I want to change the people's lives who are listening to me, but I want to go further beyond that. I truly do believe that we were put on this earth to be able to serve and love other people to the best of our ability. And one of the ways that you can do that is you can actually help sponsor a child through Holt International. It's $39 a month. It is not something that is cheap or inexpensive. It's not something that everybody is called to necessarily. You shouldn't. I'm a firm believer that you need to take care of your family. You shouldn't be robbing from your own family to try to go and do good for others. This is not meant to be something where it's a status symbol or like how many kids you're. It's literally just meant to allow you to run towards somebody's disaster and pain, and to truly serve the least of these. So I'm going to put up on the screen. There is a number that you can text. It's my number. Just text the word Holt, H-O-L-T. To that number listed below. That'll go to my phone. We'll get on a phone call together, and then we can actually get you set up today with sponsoring a child. This folder does represent a real living child that needs your help. And I would love nothing more than today to get more children the help that they need through allowing my fans and my family and my friends, allow you guys to be able to make a difference in the world starting today. So if you're interested in sponsoring a child, text Holt to that number, and you and I will get on a phone call. That's the other benefit of it right now is I don't have a link that I can send you to, but if you give me a call, we'll talk through it, and we'll get everything set up so that you can actually start making a difference in somebody's life today. So thank you guys so much for being here. That's the main thing that I wanted to let you guys know about. Of course, there is the calendar. Today is February 1st. So anybody who's bought a calendar, or if you buy a calendar today, we have the February song that just got released out to calendar holders. It's called Your Kids Are Home. This song is super personal to me and my family. It's written about a true story about my sister and brother-in-law after they lost 2 of their kids to miscarriages, going and saying goodbye to his grandmother who was passing away. And she actually started naming off names of people that she had seen go on before. And she looked at my sister and said, "There's 2 little ones here, and I don't know their names, but I think they're yours, and I'm going to watch after them until you get here." So a super personal story that I'm super thrilled to actually have out now. For everybody who has a calendar, for everyone else, if you don't have your calendar yet, if you get it now, between now and the 10th, I will send you an email that has the link for the QR code that's in the calendar so that you can actually start listening to it before it's released and get your 20% off discount for all the Your Kids Are Home merch that's available for it as well. So February 10th is when Your Kids Are Home is releasing. There is a pre-save link in the box below. So if you wanted to go pre-save or grab the calendar, whatever, you can do that as well. Twin Cry, I miscarried my first and third baby. Oh, I'm so sorry, friend. I can't wait for that song. I really do hope that it allows people to have hope. This is not a song that I wrote because it's like, oh, woe is them, like this is horrible. I wrote it because I do believe that even in the pain and the suffering in this world, there is hope. So I can't wait for you to hear it and hear what you think about it as well. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to sing one more song for y'all before we head on out. Again, if you text Holt to that number, then we will get you all set up with sponsoring a child and changing a life today. Let's see. I guess I should ask you guys, what song do you want me to do? Go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and we'll see which, because I have an idea of what I think probably most people want me to play, but and if you'd only known what I had done, you know it'd take a lot to forgive this broken one. Some would never consider my soul worth anything, but to him who is much bigger, I was worth everything. My God is bigger than the stars in the sky. My God is bigger than the question who I. My God is bigger than the storm or the sea. My God is big enough to love me. And pieces all around, sharpened to the tip, cutting over past like a diamond bit. We all started out this way, broken pieces on the ground, but none would even take the chance until my good Lord found. My God is bigger than the stars in the sky. My God is bigger than the question why. My God is bigger than the storm or the sea. My God is bigger. What a poor wretched sinner I am. What a poor wretched sinner I am. What a poor wretched sinner I am. But he still loves me. What a poor wretched sinner I am. What a poor wretched sinner I am. What a poor wretched sinner I am. But he still loves me. Oh, my God is bigger than the stars in the sky. My God is bigger than the question why. My God is bigger than the storm or the sea. My God is big enough to love me. My God is big enough to love me. Big enough to love me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a fantastic rest of your day. You were created on purpose with a purpose. So go live and walk in it. And we will see you all on Friday at 10 a.m. for the next one. Thank you guys so much. Love you. We'll see you there.